Hey, Shalom. All praises to Yahweh Bashem, Yahweh Shai, Bashem Rakakradash. Um, much mercy to you, true elect out there that's fully with Yahweh Shai in these days. That are totally persuaded in your mind to believe on Yahweh Shai and what He did, and that understand Yahweh Shai. Those of you that have the new hearts and that have a new mind. The scriptures say in Yahweh Shai, you are a new creature. And that's what we're dealing with in this time, but a new creature, a new man in the mind, meaning that old shit that you used to know in the camps or that you used to learn in the world, you have to put that shit off and then really understand Yahweh Shai, man. You have to understand the Lord. You have to understand the Gospels. Then after you really understand the Gospels, then you have to understand how the apostles moved in Acts. Then you have to understand Paul. You have to understand Peter. You know, this is the order. You get to the book of Revelations, John was sent to the island of Patmos because he was teaching the new covenant. Paul was beheaded because he was teaching the new covenant. See, you're not going to be, really, these camps, right? Esau doesn't give a fuck about these camps teaching the old laws of Moses or teaching teaching the shit they're teaching Esau and the mark of the beast. These are all things that are fucking carnal. You know, like teaching the shit that these camps are teaching is going to leave you in a carnal, doubting mind where you're doubting and you're waiting on power, you're waiting on a covenant, you're waiting on like so much shit, and you're not really there all the way. And that shit was set up as a design. That's why the new covenant, you have to be a new creature and you have to have that new heart for that. And that means you have to have the Lord in your heart, and that ultimately means you have to have love. And so when we go into the breakdown of the new heart, they give you the breakdown of the new heart going back to Captain America. It's a new mind. Captain America, before he got that new body, his mind was on another level first. You know, he was special because of the mind he had and that scrawny body he had at first. So because he had a good mind, his body was able to change. Now, a lot of you guys, your mind is not going to change because you don't really believe in the Lord in this body. And that's the camp's doctrine. You're not there yet. You're not fully there. That's that camp shit. That means you're not a new creature. Because one thing about the new covenant, these camps, they don't have anything to do with teaching the new covenant or Yahweh Shai. This ain't got nothing to do with them. Yeah, they got a bunch of info. But at the end of the day, if you're in Yahweh Shai, you have to be a totally new creature in your mind. I mean, you have to learn new. So all that shit guys be talking about they're you know, like, guys don't understand that if you're in Yahweh Shai, then your righteousness ain't filthy anymore. You see, you are a new creature in Yahweh Shai. 2 Corinthians 5:17. Therefore, if any man be in the anointed, if any man be in Yahweh Shai, he is a new creature. Old things are passed away, and behold, all things are become new. Now that goes into the new covenant too. Because when you go to Galatians, you have to, the allegory of the bondwoman, that Abraham let that bondwoman go, and Sarah which the free woman, which the promise was given unto. You got to understand that she was the free one, and she represented the new covenant, the promise. So the ways of the old covenant, you have to let them go. They're not carnal anymore. You know, if you do a Day of Atonement, you don't have to like broadcast it. Just like these false prophets. The only reason they tell you about these high holy days is a front to put on to act like they're about the Lord, and really they're not about the Lord in their hearts. So now in Yahweh Shai, if you really don't have him in your heart, then you're not in the spirit. So you still got guys faking like they're of the Lord like that, and like we see you guys that ain't really right. That's the thing. Like guys actually think like guys actually that have stony hearts and really trying to like run a fast one on you. They still think that they could actually do that with guys that actually see. Because when you're a new creature in the Lord, you could actually see every goddamn thing. And that's just the truth. And that's why you don't really want a part of nothing in this world, because everything is defiled and guys still have that old frame of mind. They have not made their minds new. In Yahushua, you're made new. So you're not thinking the way of the camps. You're not thinking the way of the world. You're not thinking the way of the wide gates. That's why we know a lot of you guys are still of the world. Because what you're speaking is shit from camps, shit from the world, shit from the Roman Catholic Church. So we know you guys are of the world. Galatians 6:15, it says, "For in Yahushua Mashiach neither circumcision availeth anything, nor uncircumcision, but a new creature." You have to be a totally new creature, thinking in the spirit. And so you're not singing the new song if you're not a new creature, man. And so the new covenant is for the ones with the new hearts. Psalms 40:3, "And I will put a new song it says, and he put a new song in my mouth, even the praise unto my power. Many shall see it and fear and shall trust in the Lord." So the Lord have put a new song in our mouth, which a lot of guys, they're not really singing the song we're singing. They're like all off key. They're like adding shit to it. They're taking away. We're not all singing the same thing. But it's good guys is teaching the new covenant. I mean, they're attempting to. But guys ain't really singing a new song like that because they not really the new creature. So guys know when they come over here, when they hear us, that we're actually singing that song that a lot of guys can't sing. And that's why the scriptures say that no man could learn that song except 144,000. And a lot of you guys, you're not really singing that song because your mind isn't new. Yeah, you're singing, but you're off key. You don't know certain words. It's heavy, but that's exactly what's happening in these last days. Everybody's not speaking the same thing, but they say they're teaching it. This is Psalms 144:9. It says, "I will sing a new song unto thee, O power, upon a psaltery and of a instrument and of 10 strings, and I will sing a praise unto thee." So we're singing the new song, you see, and only the elect will be able to do that. Revelations 14:3, "And they sung as it were a new song before the throne and before the four beasts and the elders, and no man can learn that song but the 144,000. That's why when you deny the covenant like these idiot ass camps are doing, they're not singing a new song. They're singing some shit to keep you wrapped in the world, to keep you under these fucking elders, that if they could, they would fucking be over your ass another 40 years. But because Yahushua is being taught, they can't do that anymore. You see? And that's the thing. The elect will find the things they need for salvation. The elect will find the spirit. They will find the new song. I remember when we first started teaching the new covenant, a lot of guys, we was getting all type of threats and shit. And guys was doing videos. They was telling us, doing videos in Darth Vader talking about some, "You're gonna get yourself killed. You're not you can't have the Holy Spirit." Like, brothers, remember that. And we was getting all type of threats, and guys telling us not to do it, because ultimately when you sing this song in a certain way and when you teach, that's why, like, we're telling you guys, like, yeah, a lot of you guys say you're teaching new covenant, but you're like, you're not fully in it. You need new body, like, you're bringing all that bullshit in it, and you're not really singing the new song. You think you are, but guys, it's not really singing it. You're not really being clothed in the flesh of Yahushua. you're still bringing like the camp doctrine in it. And you need to fully like renew your fucking mind. A lot of you need to like do more listening than speaking. Hey, that's just the truth. Because us brothers that's in the covenant and that we've been teaching for the last couple years, we're in the covenant with the Lord. So to see somebody come along and they be like, whoa, we're almost there. No, you guys, that don't go for us over here, man. Hey, it is funny, man. It's funny. It really is. John chapter 6, verse 47, it says, Verily, verily, I say unto you, he that believeth on me have everlasting life. I am the bread of life, and your fathers did eat that manna in the wilderness and are dead. This is the bread which coming down from heaven, that a man may eat thereof and not die. A lot of you guys are dead in the spirit. You're dead, bro. Like, you're of the world. You're not really singing a new song. You're not, bro. Like, a lot of guys, they think they are, but you're really not. It said, this is the bread which coming down from heaven, that a man may eat and not die. I am the living bread which coming down from heaven, and if any man eat this bread, he shall live forever. And the bread that I will give is my flesh, which I will give for the life of the world, the flesh of Yahushua. This goes into the heart of flesh, a living heart. Now, when you have a stoning heart, that means you're dead. You have a dead heart. And this world, this is the valley of the shadow of death. So if you're a part of the world and you're being honored in this world, that means you're dead. You're dead to Yahushua. If you're in the world and you have a place in the world, you have a place to rest your head, like in the spiritual sense, like the Lord, he didn't have a place and he didn't get honored. That means that you are dead. You have a stony heart. You're a part of this dead world. If you're in Yahushua, you're a new creature. That means the shit of the world, the doctrines and the shit of the world, you have to like put that shit out. The scriptures say put off the old conversation. That means that old shit that you used to know in these camps or in the world or the shit of the world, bro. You guys are of the world doing that shit. There's no other way possible to think of it. Like, guys are still of the world talking about they're teaching the new covenant and a new song. It's heavy. It's just the truth. You haven't like truly became a fucking new man because you don't even believe in the Lord. You still need to see spiritual power. It's heavy. The Lord said put off the old conversation. That's that old shit these camps teaching. They're teaching that shit. At the end of the day, none of these guys are going to get no new bodies. I can guarantee you that shit. They're denying the covenant. And all they teach is Esau. Esau's a fucking heathen. Like our people. You guys are heathens too. Teaching his ass like that. You guys are heathens. A lot of these guys are working for Esau. They're paid by Esau to teach him. They want you. Esau, let me hit you with this. Esau would rather you teach him than teach the Lord. That's why, like, when we first started teaching this, we was getting all type of threats and shit, bro. Now, because we've been teaching this and we grew in the spirit with it, the Lord is with us and everybody see that shit. This ain't no joke over here. If you really believe this in your mind, the Lord will be with you. If you really have the Lord in your heart, then you're one with Yahushua. That's why a lot of you guys, you really don't believe this, like that, and you're fronting. This ain't no shit of the world. If you're really not in the spirit and if you really don't have love in your heart, bro, this ain't gonna work out for you like that. A lot of you guys, deep down, you have hate in your heart. So you're not in the spirit. And then you say you're waiting on power. So you're not in the spirit. You don't have any power. And you don't have any faith. The Lord said, without faith, it's impossible to please him. So that's why only a few of us are going to be able to sing the new song. Because a lot of you guys, you still have dark hearts. You can't put new wine in old bottles. You can't put that new heart and a stony-hearted motherfucker. You can't. The new covenant is the doctrine of the new heart. It's the doctrine of the heart of flesh. It is the doctrine of Yahweh Shai. It is the way that he moved. You see what I'm saying? So deep down, if you're teaching new covenant and you still have a stony heart, you're not compatible with the new covenant. You have to have a renewed fucking mind. And you guys teaching your righteousness is still filthy. You guys teaching you're still waiting on nobody. You still teaching you need to see spiritual power. You're still teaching the shit of the world. You guys are the world doing that. It's easy to see that shit. Teaching Esau still. These camps teach Esau enough. Carnal, man. Esau's carnal. That's why Esau, he don't put you in the spirit. Only thing he puts you in the spirit is Yahweh Shai, bro. Esau, I have you carnal than a motherfucker. Waiting on spiritual power. That shit heavy, man. John 6:51. I am the living bread which cometh down from heaven, and if any man eat of this bread, he shall live forever. And the bread I will give him is my flesh, the heart of flesh, the Lord's flesh, his body, how he lived in the flesh, his mind. You have the mind of the Lord. We see you guys don't have the mind of the Lord, and a lot of you guys, you hate us because like we have the mind of the Lord. It's heavy, man, and we're teaching it to you, but it's like you guys are so corrupt and stony, like a lot of you are. A lot of you do need to grow, and a lot of you are you're just wicked, man. You're just corrupt. You think you're teaching the new covenant, but you're not really of it at all. And we're teaching it to you, but a lot of you guys, you don't get it internally, and internally you still have like a hidden hate in you. It's just crazy, bro. We could like see through guys, man. That's why we don't want to be around nobody. We don't want nobody looking at us, seeing us, or none of that shit. You see, just the words we speak, that's what's important, man. All right? You goddamn clowns out there. And we like to use the X-Men and the Marvel, the heroes. It helps us bring the message out, because those Marvel heroes, they go back to the scriptures. That's for somebody with a deeper understanding. You see, you know, we're not telling nobody to fucking worship no fucking images. We just like to use that to help paint a picture of the power that we have. The Lord's power is greater than all that shit, but we use that because what Esau understands is the ones that are the true X-Men are you Negroes, are us. We're the true X-Men for real. And that's a way of letting everybody know, and Esau know, like he knows, that we are the ones. And trust me, they understand too. That's why, like, you guys saying that you're not fully with the Lord like that, then they understand you don't know what the fuck you're talking about. Guys bringing the Virgin Mary into the new narrow path. Hey, Esau's laughing at you fucking guys. He know you're not in the spirit doing that shit. Like, what you guys saying out of your mouth, like, we know you're not in the spirit, and Esau know you're not in the spirit. You know what I'm saying? All you groups. Esau don't want you fucking guys, bro. It's a famine in the word. Now, what do we mean by a famine of the word? Yahweh Shai is not being taught. He is the bread of life. Yahweh Shai, the new covenant, is not being taught. Other shit is being taught. That's why it's a famine of the word. Because nobody's eating the flesh of Yahweh Shai. Only just us few. That's why it's a famine. Shh. John 6:51. I am the living bread which cometh down from heaven. If any man eat this bread, he shall live. Nobody's eating of the bread of Yahweh Shai. Because nobody's in the covenant with him. Nobody has the heart like that. So nobody's eating. We're already in the famine. We're already in the time of the mark. We're already in the mark of the beast. We're already in Jacob's trouble. All that shit's here. The famine is a famine of the word of Yahweh Shai, which you camps, you don't have Yahweh Shai. So that's why you guys are not living. You're dead. Esau's part of the world. That's how we know, like, you guys are not, you're not even in the spirit. You deny the covenant in this body. You deny the covenant so you could have a place in the world. That's heavy. Because if you accept Yahweh Shai in your heart like that, you won't have a place in this world. Heavy, man. It says, if any man eat this bread, we're in a famine. Yahweh Shai is not being taught like that. Guys denying the new covenant. Then guys that say they teach the new covenant, they don't even understand the Lord because they don't even have a new fucking mind. You see that? They don't even have a capacity to fucking think. Like their thinking is very limited in these last days. Yeah, that's good, the new covenant being taught, but the majority of you guys attempting to teach it, you don't have a heart, man. This is the next new thing. But it's a catch with the new covenant. It's like, if you don't really have it like that, brothers, see it. And we don't want no parts of you guys. Yeah, you're teaching new covenant, but if you fully don't understand what the fuck you talking about, that means you don't really have it. You see, and just cussing out these camps, this ain't what it's all about. You know, I mean, yeah, that's part of it, but it's more about you having love in your heart and having that new mind, becoming a new creature, putting that old shit out, getting that old conversation out of you. It says, he shall live forever, and the bread that I will give is my flesh, which I will give for the life of the world. So without Yahweh Shai, you don't have any life. That's why these camps, they're dead. And you guys still got that camp doctrine, you're dead too. You still have stony hearts. You see, you got to let all that shit go and think anew. You don't need to see laser beams. We have the mind of the Lord. Nothing is impossible when you have that mind of the Lord now. All things are possible. That means the Lord is pulling for you in all types of ways, man. That's what that means. It says, the Jews therefore strove among themselves, saying, how can this man give us his flesh to eat? Right? Hey, you know, you guys are carnal. You think you need a total new flesh to be with the Lord. You guys are in the same spirit. You need a new body. You guys, man. You guys in these camps, you elders. And it's nothing personal we have about the elders or these camps and these groups. The thing is, they're teaching the scriptures without Yahweh Shai. They're just using his name. Because you're without Yahweh Shai if you're not in agreement with him. You see, like, you're not married to the Lamb if you're not in a covenant with him. You know, like, so these guys don't have the Lord. They're just fronting, bro. John 6:53, then Yahweh Shai said unto them, verily, verily, I say unto you, except you eat of the flesh of the Son of Man and drink his blood, you have no life in you. So a lot of guys, they really don't have no life. You see, so that's the famine of the word right there. Them not eating Yahweh Shai, not consuming the Lord in these days. You see what I'm saying? So this is what's happening in these days, man. You see. Matthew chapter 17:5, it says, while he yet spoke. Matter of fact, Matthew 17:1, it says, and after 6 days, Yahushua taketh Peter, James, and John, his brother, and bringeth him up into an high mountain apart. And he was transfigured before him, and his face did shine as the sun, and his raiment was white as the light. And behold, there appeared unto them Moses and Elias, talking with them. Then Peter answered and said unto Yahushua, Lord, is it good for us to be here? If thou wilt, let us make here 3 tabernacles, one for thee, and one for Moses, and one for Elias. While he yet spake, behold, a bright cloud overshadowed them, and a voice, behold, out of the cloud, which said, this is my beloved Son, in whom I am well pleased. Hear ye him. You see that? So he only took these 3, Peter, James, and John. Now, the voice said, you have to hear the Lord. So everybody don't hear the Lord right now. All right? This is heavy. Even guys that say they teach the new covenant, they don't really hear the Lord like that, bro. So this thing is something of the heart, man. It is something internal. That's why it's a famine of the word. The famine is eating the flesh of Yahweh Shai. That's the famine. And only us brothers that have a new mind and a new heart, and all you sisters out there, all you ones that believe, you the only one that can really eat Yahweh Shai right now. Hey, the rest of everybody, man, they don't really have it like that. They think their righteousness is still dirty. They think they still need new bodies. Guys believing in virgin marriage. All these are symptoms and signs that guys are still of the fucking world, and they're really not in Yahweh Shai. With that, shalom.